Alright, so today we're going to be in like a junior high intro to woods class, so we're talking about the very basic things. In the wood shop, first thing you have to be able to do is you have to be able to measure, and you have to be able to measure correctly. How are you going to go produce some type of furniture if you can't measure anything and you can't cut things to the right length? So, here's a tape measure, just pretty run-of-the-mill, get them in any store you want to. First things first, this is the dumb end, and this is the business end. So if somebody ever tells you, give me the business end of the tape measure, that means, hey, I don't trust you to measure that, so give me the give it. But now, after this class, you'll be able to say, no, I can take the business end because I know how to use a tape measure. Okay, so what I've done is I've blown up 1 single inch, and I made it far, so we can learn how to do it 1 inch, and then you'll be able to apply it to the rest. Once you learn how to use the quarters and the halves and the eighths, you'll be able to do it on the whole tape measure. But first, when we're looking at 1 inch, obviously, we're going to use fractions. So 1 inch is basically 1 over 1. You're also going to have half inches, which is 1 over 2. Quarter inches, 1 over 4. Eighth inches, 1 over 8. And sixteenths, 1 over 16. If you build a piece of furniture and somebody tells you that's off by more than a 16 or less than a 16, you can tell them that it's fine because a 16th is about as precise as you need to be in the wood shop. Just so we go through it all together, how many halves are in an inch? 2. How many quarters are in an inch?
4.
How many eighths are in an inch?
8.
How many sixteenths are in an inch?
16.
Okay, so when we go through it, as we go through this, we'll need to make sure that we come up with all of those. I was taught 2 basic ways to go about this, so I'm going to go through both of them. The first one, you start with the big ones. Obviously, I have written in here 0 to 1, so we know that we're there. So the next biggest line you have is the half inch. It's right in the middle. So we're going to label that one right away. Sorry. Okay, then you go to your next biggest line. What would your next biggest line be, Alex?
1/4 inch.
1/4 inch, okay. So we know that this first one is 1/4. What's the second quarter of the inch, Nick?
3/4.
The second quarter would already be half, so you already have that one in there. So your next 1/4 inch would be your 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then obviously your 4/4 equals 1 inch. You don't have to worry about that. What's the next number that we go to, Jake?
8.
8, so we're going to count our eighths. Obviously, this is going to be your 1/8. What's the 2/8 number? 2/8 is a quarter. Okay, so we skip that one, and now we go to the next 8. So what's the next 8 number? 3/8. There we go. Okay, obviously 1/2 is 4/8, so we skip it and we go to 5/8. There we go. Same on through till we get to 7/8, and obviously 8 over 8 equals 1 again. The only number we have left is 16ths. So we're going to do the same way all the way through. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, all the way up to 15/16ths of an inch. Like I said, a 16th is the most precise you're ever going to need to be in the wood shop. So that was the first way that I learned how to do it. Here's the second way. Didn't show up? This way we're going to kind of work backwards, and we're going to start with the 16th. So up above here, we're just going to write on every line how many 16ths it is. Okay, so now we're going to rely on our fractions, and we're going to go through and say, what's 2 over 16? What does that reduce down to? An 8. So we know that this line right here comes down to an 8. 4 over 16 breaks down to 1/4. So we know this one goes to 1/4. 6 over 16 is 3/8. 8 would be your half. 10. What is 10? Divide both by 2, you get 5/8. Good. 12. 3/4. 14. 7/8. Good. So now up above you have your 16ths already numbered, and you have all the ones on the bottom. So to make sure that really hits home for you guys, I brought a little worksheet. Josh, pass that out, please. I want you to go through, just like we did here, I'll erase this real quick, but just like we did here, go through and fill out every line on there down to the 16th. Hey, take your time, hurry up, come on.
I'm not doing it.
What's yours at? Yeah, I bet. Get it, it's right there. Fill it out, let's go. Yes, sir. If you need any help, got it out, we'll help you. So you want to write 2 over here. Right over here, write 2 over here. It's 2 plus 1 plus 6, so it's 2 over. Write 1. 4 is 4. Yeah, 2 8s. 1 4. There you go. Anybody else need any help? We're getting it. All right, thank you.
All right, good
Oh,
job.
you didn't get one.
That's okay.
All right.